Good morning to everybody. I'm from Indo Academic Counselor, BISWAS. So today the course is Mmph001 Organizational Theory and Design. So today I have to block number 4, that is your job design. There are 2 units, unit number 8 and unit number 9. Unit 8 is your approaches to job designs. And unit number 9 is your emerging trends at work. Okay, so now first of all, we have to see the overview of the particular units, which are the topics, which are the 3 contents of the particular units. Then we have to proceed. There are approaches to job design. There are meaning of the job occupation that we have to see, and basically the careers, meaning of job design, purpose of the job designs, factors, which are the influencing factors for effective job designs, then various approaches, and then your technology, design and technology, and suitable jobs, impact on the high technology on the job designs, and impediments in the job designs. So this is the unit number 8, contents are there. Then unit number 9 is your emerging trends at work. That is the introduction, then your emerging trends in work quantities, your organizations, then your different features, quality of work life, QWL. This is the part of your unit number 9. Now, first things, try to understand what is the job design and why it is important. As you know, that occupation basically that defines the social role performed by the your adult members of the societies, and directly or indirectly yields the social and the financial consequences, and that constitutes a major focus in the life of the adult. That is written by the Hall 1975 code. Non-code actually is what are the basic things. Basic thing is, suppose any person initially has to join in the particular company, then he has to learn, he has to train for the particular field, and slowly he has to give a career growth, and maybe he has joined as a junior, then senior, manager, deputy manager, managing director, and at the end of the service, they will be maybe is retired from this particular service with a vast knowledge. So that is the actually some certain levels he has yielded, and whatever the during the service he has done something, and that is basically for the should be for the social purposes, and he has financial components also. Is required some of the money to for his survival and for his growth of the families and his personals. So all these are related to basically for yielding of the socials and the components. That is the things are required. Now, person's occupation at the one point of time. You see, the career is the unfolding sequences, because one by one is, as I said, that is first the engineer, then the senior engineer, the deputy manager, the chief engineer. This is the way he will pass on, and his growth will be like this. So this is the total life course. One time of life, he may be achieved so many things. So basically, there are 2 approaches. The first approach is developed by the F.W. Taylor. A scientific management relied on the research and the experimentation to determine the most efficient way to perform the jobs. The jobs are highly standardized and specialized. Taylor advocates the vertical job specializations so that the detailed procedures and the work practices are developed by the engineers and enforced by the supervisors and executed by the employees. It means there are some hierarchies there. The job should be designed in such a way. I mean, what are the responsibility will be defined in that way. It should be in vertical manners. Means the specializations, more specialized field is requiring higher levels, then he has to give us some instructions. The procedure will be such a way, then he can follow the other levels, and finally it will be supervisory levels. So this is the way should be vertical loading. Specified means all the levels he has specified job. His job is there, and after finishing the job, he has report to the seniors or take the guidance from the seniors. Accordingly, it will be vertically it will be followed. Now another thing is this, that is your horizontal also there, that I am coming up after that. That what is the advantage of these things? In these advantages, the job specialization increases, because suppose those who is engineer, then after 3 years when you will be experienced and will be specialized more, that it is increasing. After 3 years, he will be increased, his performance level, his knowledge level will be increased, and will be such a positions. Then again it will continue process. Number one. Then work efficiency, undoubtedly it will be increased. Then employees' productivity also will increased. Now what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages, it increases the work efficiency, but it does not necessarily improve the job performance. Sometimes job performance is little different things, where accuracy, quality, target meetings, fulfill the objectives are totality, we can say the performance. But efficiency, maybe he is very efficient, but it doesn't mean that he has fulfilled the targets. So that's why some of the things are disadvantage part is there. It costs more in terms of high turnover, because sometimes turnover will be more, absenteeism will be more, and maybe the mental health problems likely to be. Some of the things are there which are disadvantage part. It ignores the motivational potential of the jobs if we follow this type of approach. Then another is you see here actually some of the approach of job designs. There is various techniques of the job designs. Some complexity is given, and other is the impacts. Initially, you see there is no much complexity, and even the impact is also low. But when it is a job rotations, because when it will giving you more work, so there are chances of impacting some of your high, not exactly the below the medium level impact will be there. Then when the job engineering means changing some of the design, job pattern has changed. So again, it will be impact more. At the same time, maybe he has to learn more. That's why the complexity part is there. It is more complex, not stereotype jobs. So he has to learn, he has to do this. Maybe some of the stress, maybe the impact will come in the mind. So if you grow further, this is the way, then slowly you see the impact levels and as well as the complexity levels will be higher. So this is the way the linear curve is shown. So this is the way, and finally job enrichments, they are more impact and your complexity is also high. So this is one of the approaches given, the various techniques of the job design. Basically, you have to consider these things. Idea is, based on this, you have to consider when you are designing the jobs, you just assume that in this level, this type of impact, this type of complexity likely to be. So accordingly, you have to decide. Now, the complexity dimensions on the horizontal axis, and sometimes the complexity dimensions on the horizontal axis, in the degree to which the job design approaches requires changes in many factors. The involvement of the individuals with the diverse competencies at various organizational levels. And third point is a high level of decision-making competency of the successful implementation. In this approach, you see when it is in a horizontal axis, means different loading, different competency is required, different maybe it is a parallel work is there. So some of the factors are changing, and the involvement is also of the individual is more because there are diverse competitions. Competencies is required. He has to know maybe for the typing, his stenography is also typing also should know, and corrections also should know. So that type of competency is required. He can work as an assistant, he can work as a peon, he can work as a typist, stenographers. So all competencies he should have. Then basically this is the way. There is no cross check in between. So he has to do everything, and even he has to taking the decision making competencies also. So this is another type of approach. Job rotations. Job rotation basically, you see, the design involve the periodic assignments of an employee to completely different sets of job activities. Maybe the 15 days about for 1 month, yes, in particular one sections, he has to have an overall idea, multidimensional ideas he should have. So for that, maybe he has to assign for 1 month for the finance department. That he should be aware of all these financial activities. Then maybe after the next month, he can shift it to the marketing. He should know the marketing system, maybe the production. This is the way the rotation, through these rotations, it can be implemented so that is successfully the competence level can be high. So this is another way the job rotations are designed. So you have to design the job rotation where it is needed, and based on the your product range, depending on the business, you have to have a job rotation systems for the different activities. Now job engineering. Frederick W. Taylor, he established the basis for the modern industrial engineering late in the 19th century. Job engineering focuses on the tasks to be performed, methods to be used, and workflows among the employees. So layout of the workplace, performance standards, and interdependencies between the people and machines. So job design factors are to be examined by means of time and motion studies, determining the time required to do each task and the movement needed to perform its efficiently. The key tone of the job engineering is specialization of the labor with the goal of achieving greater efficiency. The idea behind is that the labor should know how to achieve the target, to meet the target. At the same time, his efficiency, how to increase his efficiency. So high level of specializations are needed to in this case. Then job enlargement. That is basically job enlargement. It is a combined into one job with two or more tasks parallel, which is to be performed. More parallel, you have to do these things. So sometimes it is called the horizontal loading because the loading is such a way. It is almost similar to earlier, I said, the multitasking. This is the way. So horizontal loading are given to perform the things. So in this case, we are calling it as a different responsibilities there. So job enlargement approaches often has the positive effects on the employee effectiveness. So in this case, effectiveness undoubtedly will be increased, and he will be competent in various aspects. So the enrichment it is little different. Job enrichment is Frederick Hajbard. He advocated the two factors theory. There is continued that the jobs designed according to rules of the simplifications, enlargement, and rotation can be expected a clear and distinct job design alternative called job enrichments. So here you see it is a combination of all these things. rules should be simplifications and then the enlargement and the rotations. So it can be expected from highly motivational from the workers. So both the things are required. Then other way you can say it is your that's why it is alternatively called job enrichment. Okay. Then now the job enrichments seek to add the profundity to a job by giving the workers more control, responsibility, and freedom of choice over how their job is performed. It occurs when the work itself is more challenging, when achievements is encouraged, when there is prospect for the growth, and when the responsibility feedback and recognitions are provided. So job enrichment is the specifically you see here the all these things are combination of all your at such a level where the achievement, if you expect the more achievement and then it is encouraging, and their prospect is also growth and responsibility and feedback. So all this in totality, the design are like this way, job design. Now coming to differences between job enlargement and the job enrichment, there are to be distinct idea should be there. Job enrichment focuses on satisfying the higher order needs, where the higher order needs, where the objectives are there, set by the seniors, the HODs or CEOs, this has to be followed and fulfill your objectives. Whereas the job enlargement, it is a concentrate on the adding the additional tasks of the workers' job for greater variety. So you have to have a different competency levels. Variety is this, not any particular one stereotype what you are doing, and this is the best. What are the job is there that you are doing perfectly, you are good, no problem. So that is your enlargement. But enrichment is different. You are enriching, you are reaching some different aspect, different variety of capacity, varieties, different type of your skill, I can say. So adopting a new technology typically requires changes in the way jobs are designed. So often the way of tasks is redefined. It fits people to the demands of the technology to maximize the technology's operations. But this often fails to maximize total productivity because it ignores the human part of the equation. Because sometimes, see, those are in the R&D, they take much time, but they are perfections. This is required. The technology as such, it demands the technology's maximum technological operations are required. In that case, those who are in the R&D world. The social relationships and the human aspects of the tasks may suffer, lowering the overall productivity. Now the concept is like this because only the task is beautifully you have designed, your responsibility also you have beautifully designed, given the responsibility, authority, everything is there. And your orientation program, everything are nicely designed, but there is no human touch. I mean, the human aspect is also to be seen because otherwise it will reflect or give some of the for the human productivity can be needed. So that's why some socio-technical system approach to particularly the juniors. You sit together and assessment. First you do the assessment, his capability, you judge his capability, how much he can do it, and he really is able to fulfill his target or not. By this discussion only you have to give it and give some support. Yes, you do it within a 3 months. You have to finish it, and willingness. First, take the acceptance from this job from the subordinates. If he say yes, sir, I can do it, no problem. Then only you can give it. Otherwise, you take his permission from his how many days it is required to complete the things. Suppose he said it will take 3 months or to 4 months. Okay, I am giving you 4 months. So within 4 months, you fix the target, you finish this particular job, some small project part like this. So this is the way you have to assign the jobs. Before assigning, discuss. So that's like the best possible result, and you will get the best. So achieved target you have to fix by the mutual understandings. See, this is basically the basic purpose of the MBO systems. Then within this, through this approach, the management to focus on the achievable goals and to attain the best possible results from the available resources. What are the resources we have? So principle behind the MBO is to make sure that everybody within the organization has a clear understanding of the aims or objectives of that organization, as well as awareness of their own roles and responsibilities in achieving those aims. So it is very important. The concept, the MBO is essentially a process of the joint goal setting, and it is a systematic of the organizational approach and the objectives of the organization as well as the awareness of the things. Now, MBO strategy. What are the strategies there? So all individuals within the organizations are assigned a special set of objectives, as I said just now. So it is assigned the special set of objectives, and they try to reach during a normal operating period. And just carefully see, repeating once again, during the normal operating period. Because based on this, your performance will be judged. Because annual performance reports, based on this only, you have to maybe in future, maybe a future manager, your promotions, your transfer, everything will be depend on these things. Even in the demotions also, because your performance is not good, you are not fulfilling the target, even though within the operating period times you are not fulfilling. Definitely, or somewhere something is lacking. So objectives are mutually set and agreed upon by the individuals and their managers. That is the strategy, first things. Then second, the performance reviews are conducted periodically to determine how close individuals are to attain their objectives. Suppose he has agreed for 3 months, okay sir, I will finish it by 3 months. So persistence, and in between you have to periodically check, review, yes, really is approaching to target or not. Means suppose in the first month you see, yes, what are the progress? Yes, it is absolutely assuming he can finish the jobs, at least 30-40% he has achieved. So hopefully another 60% or 70% he can achieve by this. Second month, again you can take the review. If you feel okay, he has already done 70%. So hopefully he can, for the third stage, in the last month, definitely in the month of in month 3, you can finish it. So in between also you have to review that. If it is lacking, some slippages are there. Why? Then you have to review the things and give a feedback, or maybe the more input is required, maybe some support is required. So that you have to give some support systems so that he can attain what he has fixed the target. What are the objectives as we stated? Rewards are given to individuals on the basis of how close they come to reaching their goals. So rewards is also given, because if he reach the goals, then definitely has fulfilled the target 100%. You have to give a reward. If he reach 90%, he has given, give some appreciations or something money amount. So you have to fix. This is the way. Okay, if we achieve the 100%, definitely that reward will be get. Maybe your promotion will be increased, your increment will be increased, or maybe some percentage cash amount will be get it, or maybe some of the letter from the management you will get it. So that is the strategy of the MBO strategy. I'm talking about these things. So rewards are given to individuals very important. It's the basis of how close they come to the reaching the goals. Now then, MBO stages. Define the objectives at broad levels, analyze the management tasks, and devise the formal job specifications which allocate the responsibilities and decisions to individual managers. Set performance standards. You have to set some of the performance standards, and that standards should be at par with the world class, because should not be any under condition, under standards. Some standard means should be domestically and internationally can be followed. Agreed a set of uh, specific objectives, then align the individual targets with the corporate objectives. That is also another important thing. Suppose individually you are assigning, giving some of the work as a manager. So then you have to focus, you have to see that target, what the target you have fixed, that target are really your aligned with the main objectives, mean the corporate objectives. Suppose it is that objectives are not, it is a divert type. Maybe the corporate objective is different. Then it will go in other directions. So it should be aligned with the same direction. Then it will be. So that things are different stages of this. Then establish a management information system to monitor and achievement the assigned objectives. So you have to monitoring system should be there. As I said, information monitoring system should be there so that you can see the objectives are achieving or not. Now, key advantages and some of the disadvantages. Advantages is MBO programs continuously emphasize what should be done in the organization to achieve the organization goals. That is one key advantage, because you can, it will be transparent. You can see from the documents or from the performance by the discussion, yes, things are continuing. I mean, you can judge easily. MBO process secures employees' commitment to attaining the organizational goals. And it now secures all these things. Yes, what the commitment he has given, he has already. So it is a more or less, you can say, both the cases, from the individual point of view and from the organizational point of view, both the cases, it is a best understanding things, because you can, what you have committed, yes, fulfill. The self-satisfaction is also there. From the organizational point of view, management is also satisfied, yes, the things are towards the, it is attaining to organizational goals. Disadvantage. As you know, everyone has some advantages there and disadvantages that you have to consider. This is a common phenomenon. The development of objectives can be time consuming, leaving both managers and the employees less time in which to do their actual work, because basically the time constants are there. The time consuming, you have to meeting, you have to target the things, pursue the things, monitoring the things. So both the managers and the employees, there's sometimes you are not mere much. Sometimes it's basically time consuming. Number 2 point, it elaborate the written goals and careful communication of the goals and the detailed performance evaluations required in MBO program, increase the volume of the paperwork in the organizations, because lot of notifications are written, you have to give some email, why you have to pursue, so that considering lot of paperwork and careful communication is also required, because this is the another things are there which are maybe sometimes the cost, not cost effective also. Some of the company are feeling that some man hours, some of the man hours are good. So those are big companies, definitely MBO is required. Small company can be managed. That is that they can monitor the things without any notice board. They can go over personally. There are 4 or 5 people are there, they can monitor. So there maybe MBO may not be required or not very effective. But where the big organizations, where you cannot interact with the man-to-man or employee-to-employee, that case MBO is very useful. You have to go for these things. So anyhow, the technology advantage into job designs. Automations, highly simplified jobs often cause problems because they offer little instinct motivation for the worker. Because automation sometimes not giving so much motivation to the employee, because he feel machine is doing everything. But I just push the button and do. So sometimes he feel my contributions are less. and the machine is already doing. So that motivation maybe it will strike you. So this approach increasingly involved in use of robots, which are becoming more and more useful in the reliability, because reliability is one of the point. So in this case, technical advancement you have to consider it where it is really needed. So this case, you have to go for these robotic systems to take the help. So the manpower is very costly, or manpower is especially the Europe countries or multinational companies, they need for this because they have to see the cost effective. One time investment is there for robotic system or automation systems, but after that it will be as usual going. And reliability is there. The human nature is different. You have to see is working or not. Development is required. Skill is required. Motivational part is there. But in the case of automation, it may not be required. So this is the way the things are moving. Now, flexible manufacturing skills, teams of the workers using the spatial technology, then exploit the adaptations and the integrated jobs design to shift the work among the alternative products. Then another is this approach is gradually more widespread. Under this system, a cellular manufacturing system holds a number of automated productions, machines, and that cut, shape, drill, and your fasten the together various metal component. So some of the your flexible manufacturing are described here. Now electronic offices, because you see the electronic offices technology are very useful now, especially in the US healthcare and a large private practices based health maintenance organizations, is the HMO, became interested in the improving the quality of the healthcare services. The company installed the large electronic bulletin boards and that monitored the progress toward the range of the performance goals. So it also installed an electronic mails, the email and the system, use the robots to dispense the paper mail and install the your computerized telephone answering machine, as you know, your auto dialing SIM, and you have to answer the things, you can get it. It is all specified and listed question and answer there is feed. The software is there. If you call or say something, automatically it will be triggered and the answer will be coming in the this is the so all some sort of your answering machines are there. Now fundamentally the company tried to automate many tasks of the your possible to free employees and more challenging works, then continuing the development of these electronic offices and some of the your now clearly in today's high technology it must be carefully integrated. But one thing is, okay, technology welcome, because you have to otherwise you cannot survive, because you have to have technology, you have to adopt the things. But at the same time, it's very careful integrations are required, because the know-how, how to operate it, how to integration. That's why the integration part is there. That's why human factors are there. Who will integrate it? Definitely the human interventions are required. So and continually education and training are still needed. So that's why you have to have a training, how to operate it and neatly, so that there should not be any problem. Because if any one problem, it will be stuck up. Total system will be stuck up. So you have to expert on these things. So in an emerging workplace technology, so that's why this training is very important. Ultimately, education and training. Now, workflow and the process engineering. The process engineering means basically the analysis, then your reshuffling and your reconfigurations, actions, tasks required to reach the goal. Because when you are particularly project or work is going on, which you are already set it, your procedures or your software, hardware, whatever the things there. But in between, it may require some of the reshuffling or the reconfigurations. Sometimes it may require. So that type of actions and is required so that you can achieve your set goals. Uh, Now, coming to what are the impediments in the job designs. In spite of the possible benefits, job design is not easy to implement because the major difficulties are its complexity, the measuring the core subject, characteristic accuracy, then objectively measuring the job contents is very costly and tough. So therefore, the most prevalent uh, tool for the measuring job content is to ask the employees to portray their perceived job characteristics so that they can. However, it is supposed that these perceptions are very often biased. Until an accurate and cost-effective way to measure job content is found, then job design experts would not be able to point at which jobs entails, and changing the how well the job design strategies are working. Now, this I can skip saying thing on this literatures. Job design intervenes over again the phase registers. Here actually what are the, you can say, the area are to be considered. That's because at the time of redesigning, so some interventions are always there because they change their rules. So some threatens of the job security is there. So that part of the trade union leaders is also involved because they have to see their workers are accustomed or not, they can do it not. So willingness has also required. This is why party discuss the management and the union, they can decide yes, this type of design, this type of job design are really beneficial or not. That part I have to see it is really growth for the employees or not, skilled, really skilling the people or not. So all these part are under considerations. Now, some of the things I can say, some of the emerging the trends because the 19th century, during the 19th century, you see the workers safeguard the right and to determine how and when they to work. Because that time people, okay, you can come and do the jobs and go, you take that money. So that time, like this, maybe 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours work, and you can go finish the jobs. There is no consideration of the human considerations. So in 20th century, it is progressed. Now workers were gradually trapped within the formal economy, the job of factories, and they are trusted to control the amount of labor they would have to give the system in order to live. So for some work, the working time has increased. So beyond the 8 hours, and that time due to industrialization and all these things, lot of work pressure, the worker hiring, the workers are hiring, and they are contributing more times, maybe more than times. Additional part-time work also. An employee cannot say not to do this overtime work because if the constant instructions are given from the management, you have to do these things. If you stay for another 1 hour, you have to do it. There is no question of any. So then trade unionism are coming. Lot of rules, labor laws, and all these things are slowly one by one has progressed. So work in the new economy is demand to different to the work in the old economy because the spreading of the informations and the communication technologies ICT has changed. Now the information system has changed, and ICT as a actually argumented that flexibility of the capital goods, making capitals investment more productive, and encouraging the firms to substitute capital for the labor. And this trend contributes to the globalization of the market. So as we progress and as the communication system is stronger, so when it is increased, lot of technology has changes, global changes. So as a change, the nature of the work is also changed, and it is ramifications for the quality of the life of the people also. So flexibilization is often presented as the creation of the flexible working patterns. The Britain government introduced the work-life balance. campaign in 2000. I think, as you know, the work-life balance is very important. You have to work and have to maintain the family also, especially for the women workers. They have to working because it is now increasing. With the involvement of the women workers in the company, so it is another dimensions are coming. So the campaign was to help the employers to recognize the benefits of the adopting the policies and the procedures to enable the employees to adopt the flexible working times. So that's why it has newly concept has come the flexible working times. I think, as you know, during the Corona time also we have experienced that all the most of the companies are online, work from home as declared worldwide. And slowly now it is now also the hybrid system is also still hybrid system is going on in the education systems and other office also. Most of the company they are 60% maybe you have to come in the office and 40% maybe in the work from home. So that is some hybrid systems also that pattern is still going on. This would help the staff to become better motivated because some of the people are really feeling some problems, their family problems are there, maybe the kids, small kids, it has to nurturing their children. So you need some of them, maybe the old parents are there. So for the betterment of the employees, motive, social structures has changed. That is the so, and moreover, idea is companies saying their employees should be happy and productive. They should be productive and maybe happy because you are coming in every day in the office, but still you are not happy. Then it is a danger sign. So better to tell them the balance their work and the other aspects of their lives also. Then donor. Actually, donorization program he has research on this basis and Taylor is the Taylorism. So is a system that producing the goods and services in which the work process in broken into the smallest part, broken part, systematically and analyzed, re-engineering to maximum profit and replicate it in each and every working environment that, that produces those goods. So everywhere this process is used to use the bosses are happy with the amount produced, but appealed by low quality. But when the things the chances of your locality, the labor turnover is these factories is evidence of the determination of the people to resist their exploitation because sometimes the exploitation is more, so people are not motivated and maybe the turnover because the people are leaving the organization they can because it is overloaded. So that's why they may be likely to change the other companies. So all these things are changes scenario. Now commodification because now you have to see considering the work conditions. So people choose the work they did if they could not if they could and invented much of their personality because most of the people are searching the job in such a way where he can work there and he can innovate some of the things and he can happily can do this work. There is no intervention too much and stress levels will be less. So and at the same time personal growth, personality and ability to work from the keeping on view of the future conditions are most of the things are employees are likely to be interested on these things. So today the supremacy of the consumptions as a social good and the conferred with the social status on people as individuals has made the productive product far from the important than the producers. So work has died away to have a personal value for those who sweat. So in many cases, it does not have a social value to the society. So that part, the alarming part is there. So we have to see the employees part. This is the rescheduling the working arrangements. It is some of the changes because here actually we are talking about the changes. or present scenario and trend of the works. So alternative ways of scheduling the days and the hours of the work are increasingly common. So these arrangements reshape the traditional schedules, such as the 40 hours week and 8 to 5 day, 8 hours basically for 5 days. Then compressed work week. So a compressed work week is any work schedule that allows a full-time job to be completed in fewer than the standard 5 days. So that case, the most common compressed work week is 4 working days and 40 hours. So where the 40 hours of the work are replaced and is for the 10 hours day. But basically, this is the way you can compress the things. Now, part-time work has become the increasingly common in modern society because you can have a part-time work. I can do it maybe the 2 work is required. That is the things that there. Then job sharing. Job sharing is dividing one full-time work between 2 or more people according to the schedule agreed to the among themselves and the employer. So you can share the jobs by the 2 employers. Telecommunicating. Then the telecommuting describe work done in the home or in a remote location via use of computer and the facing machines linked to a central office. Because you have a computer, you can link with the central office, and whatever the files, you can download it, you can do the work, and you can again tell me the things. And this is the way you can mail or you can work as if it is a same thing. Some extension is given from the central link, and you can do the things. So as if you are working as from the office itself, even though you are in a remote place. So that is another things that trend is going on. So that access is given and from the corporate links. So details of the few changes are mentioned below. That is one of the part-time job sharing. Another part is the call centers. So this is one of the recent development. Is not now recent. It is already common for BPO jobs and all these things. In the organizations has been the growth of the call centers because most of the companies are for the service for the better services. You should have call centers where the customer care systems are there. They can grievances, what are the issues they can solve through these officers, and they can day-to-day basis and case-to-case basis also. So it is designed to respond the large volume of the calls from the customers. You have a call centers because when they at the time 10 to 15 people are talking, you have different terminals, people operators are there. They can attend the calls and solve the problems. So this is the way actually I try to cover up your blocks completely, the 4 block. Now I can revise, I think, recap some of the things. Today actually we have to learn that what is a job design and why it is important that we have seen, because and what the factors you have to consider. What are this is actually that curve I show you, that's impact and your levels. If you see, if your complexity levels are increased, and you have to see the impact levels also very high. So this is one of the observations you have to be careful when you are designing any jobs. Moreover, another part is this important practically you have to see when you are sending the MBO. That is the important part. When you are giving a job assigned to the particular jobs to the subordinate, you have to call them, sit together before giving a job and take his willingness, his acceptance of the particular work, and finally you have to fix the jobs and target the particular jobs within it. And at the same time, when you are fixing the job or assigning the jobs, you have to carefully see there is a really corporate objectives as far as aligned with the corporate objectives or not. If it is not aligned, so maybe you have some diversion will be there, then again it will be a mismatch. So these things. Now there is another part we have seen, that is from the MBO part. And another more advantage is this: through this MBO, you can see the performance levels. This performance levels also you can judge it, and And this through these MBO systems management by objectives, these systems are helping to grow the employees, and employees also happy because he knows what is going on. He has only committed the things. He has committed, and that's why it is accepted by the management, and that's why some responsibility automatically will come. So that is the one thing we can great advantage. That's why you can say the MBO system is good. Another things that all feedbacks throughout the year, what are the target he has meet or not, and everything, that things are to be appreciated by the management, because reward is very important. Because if you really see the human touch, if you have to have some of the your award system there. Appreciation reward systems are very important. That part also we have seen. Another thing we can also observe from these new systems, that all these database, what are the individually and total organization department and everything, that database is very useful for the personal department, because the personal department based on this he can analyze, he can evaluate or give a good assessment things. He has really required for the next promotion or not. There will be no ifs and buts, because throughout the year he has performed and it is recorded. Awards, to consider his award letters, his special letters, his performance, he is meeting the target goals. So anonymously, everybody will be happy, and individually he can. So there is no question of biasing. There is no question of any corruptions. So very transparently, people can judge the things and declare he has promoted for this many years because he has done very good jobs. So that performance report system is also very neat and clean, and